Hey Schwartzenites, this is a learning extravaganza with a light board. Welcome to S-Files, a new series where we're going to teach for 10 days, going through each of your 10-day assignments. This is day 1, the beginning of virtual learning. All right, today we're going to talk about exponents. This is something we talked about at the beginning of the year, and something that we need to review a little bit. So we have two different parts of exponents. First part we have is we have the base. The base is the big number at the bottom. All right, so we've got the base, and then we've got this little tiny number up top called the exponent. The little number is the exponent. Now, the two different parts, the base is the number that we multiply. The exponent is the number that tells me how many times to multiply the base. So if 2 is my base, I'm going to go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. The exponent told me how many 2's I needed. So 2 to the 4th power becomes 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. This right here, we call that expanded form. This is exponential form. Oh, that squeaky is going to annoy me. That's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, let's say we have, by the way, this is called the product rule. Let's say we have 2 to the 4th, and we want to multiply that by 2 squared. Well, we know the base is 2, and so I'm actually going to write that out using sticky notes. 2 to the 4th power. If I take sticky notes, we'll say 2 to the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm multiplying that by 2 squared. Product rule means multiply. That means I'm going to have 2 sticky notes right here. 1, whoop, sticky note gone. Ah, they're falling off. This is a note, buy good sticky notes. Don't buy the cheap ones. They don't actually stick. All right. Now, really? Boom, I'm just going to hold it there, I guess. So we've got a total of how many? I'm just going to pretend these are staying there. We've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sticky notes. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there a shortcut way to go from 2 to the 4th times 2 to the 2nd and get 2 to the 6th? What if we just take the exponents and we add them? Product rule, when I am multiplying 2 different exponents, I can keep the base and I can add the exponents. Product rule. Do some division now. 2 to the 4th divided by 2 squared. Well, these are written in exponential form, so let's change them to, the wheels are working too good now. So let's do 2 to the 4th divided by 2 to the 2nd. Let's write it in expanded form first. 2 to the 4th becomes 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. My base is 2, my exponent is 4, so I have 4 2's. Divided by 2 to the 2nd power. 2 times 2. Now, if we go ahead and we divide those, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I can go ahead, where'd my eraser go? I need a better system for this. 2 divided by 2, boom, gone. 2 divided by 2, boom, gone. I'm left with 2 times 2. And we know how to write that in exponential form. That's base 2 with an exponent of 2. And you're like, wait, Mr. S, isn't there a shorter way of doing that? And I'm like, yes, there is. I can take the 4 and the 2, and I could rewrite this as 2 to the 4th power minus 2 to the 2nd power equals 2 squared. When I'm doing the quotient rule, quotient means divide, I take the exponents, 4 and 2, I subtract them, and I keep the base. And what this has is I have an exponent raised to an exponent. So essentially it's saying 2 squared times 2 squared, which is the second one, times 2 squared. This is the power rule, because I've got 2 squared times 2 squared times 2 squared. And then you think to yourself, self? Oh, look at that. What? That's multiplication. I can use the product rule, and I could write them all out. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 of them. 2 to the 6th power. What? Wait. Couldn't I have just multiplied 2 times 3 and gotten 2 to the 6th power? That's crazy. Power rule. Keep the base. Multiply the exponents. Multiply the exponents. That's a power rule for you. So let's look at the final example. We're going to have a fraction raised to an exponent. So we're going to have 2/3 as our base, and it's raised to the 2nd power. So what this really means is we're going to have 2/3 times 2/3. That's written in expanded form. And if we look at that, we know that 2 times 2 can really be written as 2 squared. And we know that 3 times 3 can really be written as 3 squared, which means that that exponent is applied to both the numerator and the denominator. So that's an exponent with a fraction. Now, we're going to finish today off with a would you rather. The question is, would you rather have $3 tripled every day for 4 days, or would you rather have $4 quadrupled every day for 3 days? Which one would make you more money quicker, and which would you rather have? Let me know via email, via chat, Google Hangout this afternoon from 1 to 2, or another way. That's the challenge of the day. Thanks for staying tuned. Have a great day virtually learning.